Hey everybody, welcome back to PNM's Movie Criticisms. I'm Miss M.
And I'm Miss P.
What's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode with us. If you're new here, sit back, relax, get yourself a drink if you don't.
Yes, time to do our PNM movie criticisms.
Oh, yeah, right. That's like the first time you haven't go, oh. Yes, it's time to do our PNM Movie Criticisms. All right, Miss P.
Starting at number 9.
Uh,
Oh, well,
you
do I
know
have
it.
to?
You know you must. Let's do it. You know our fans.
I mean, I guess they do, or they like something about it. I don't know. But you don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype. You better hype yourself up.
Yeah, that's right, everybody. This the PNM. This the PNM. This the PNM movie criticisms. PNM movie criticisms got the hot sauce. PNM movie criticisms. Ha ha ha. PNM criticisms. PNM. 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 PNM movie criticisms with the hot sauce. That's right. Tell you everything that's hot and everything that's not. Isn't that right, Miss P?
That's correct. We are doing Tyler Perry's Straw.
Sup, Tyler? What's up? So we have to rate this film. So basically, up at the top is the Carolina Reaper. This movie is pure super perfection. Everything was done in just pure high caliber greatness. Underneath the Carolina Reaper is the Ghost Pepper, the hot movie, the habanero. It was a good movie. It's not, it's a good movie. You liked it. You and your family are happy with it. But beneath the habanero is the jalapeno. The jalapeno is, meh, it's just all right, Watching it, I don't know, 20 minutes into the film. So on that scale,
It's getting a habanero from me.
yeah, habanero here too.
Because it's another grief movie, and I couldn't, you know, we had just done that weird one,
Yeah,
which was what, Let Her In
bring
or
her
Bring
back.
Her Back.
The Felipe.
So watch that movie, and it's just
Yeah, brother, the Filippo brothers movie about grief, Tyler Perry's movie about God, grief.
all right. So the first thing we have is, do we like it or do we love it? Number 8 is it historically accurate? Number 7, did it strike my emotions? Number 6, did it keep my attention? Number 5, production elements. Number 4, directing. Number 3, the quality of acting. Number 2, the sound quality and effects. And number 1 is the cinematography. That's my favorite thing, is cinematography.
Don't we love our cinematography? That's right. So, Miss P, do you like it or do you love it?
Um, I was in between because it was just emotionally wrecking for me. Like, it was just too much.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, there's this thing where they're currently in like Hollywood, and it's not just an outside of Hollywood where they're trending with so much action and everything going on in the plot. And it's just a lot. Like, I think they're overloading your senses. And it doesn't really give you time to, okay, what's happening here? We don't need to be overloaded with all of this. We get you trying to pull the hearts and everything, but give us a break every now and then, please. I'm with you, Miss P. I feel like I'm thinking I don't like it, but I don't love it. I'm in between. Definitely in between.
100%. It's just it's too much. Like, instead of just like, it's a psychological thing, and it's just like when you sit, you know how people laugh at people when, and people are like, "Oh, look at him crashing out. Ha ha ha, it's so funny." That stuff isn't funny. That's how people literally get hurt every day because people laugh at them when it's really a cry for help. And that's how people get, pew-pewed and stuff for no reason.
True. You do have to watch what you say and do to people. You don't know what a person is going through. Never know what a person is going through. Okay? We live in this world together. We act like it's all separate. Person breaks and loses their mind and goes to an event full of thousands of people and starts popping off and boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
Yep.
now we're all caught in it together.
Or just like this weekend, that guy went to the church and plowed through the church. So, I mean, there's nothing funny. Like, this shouldn't be a let's laugh at them and egg them on. No, it's more like, okay, this is a cry for help. What can we do to help you? Not egg you on and make it funny.
Pretty much.
Yes, there's so many crash outs that happen, but we don't know what led them there. We don't know what happened. We don't know why this is happening or anything. We just know that it happened, and we're just kind of like, okay, it's not affecting us because it's not happening to anybody that I know or any of my family and my friends. So it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Exactly. True, people are just all about their money. That's it. They're all about their money. And that's all they care about. Money, 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 money. Anyway, so Miss P, did it strike your emotion?
Yes, in a distorted way. In a very, I had a very distorted view of what was happening in that movie. While watching it, it was just more poop on top of poop on top of crap on top of throw up. It was just too much, like for me, because what I felt or what I saw was it was just an optical illusion. It was like you're looking at something, you're standing straight up and you're looking at something that's upside down and you're supposed to make sense of it. And it was just very distorted for me. So yeah, that's my viewpoint.
Tyler Perry has his thing. This is his theme. His theme is centered around black culture. And he has things where you have black people who are more wealthy. There is that. You have because he doesn't just deal with black people who are, say, the ones that are disproportionately giving television and stream time to. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of the power books. I'm talking about all of the things about the hood, okay? I'm talking about the ghetto. This type of black person is overly represented because black people do come from different walks of life. There are those of us that don't know about that. We don't know about what's happening in those streets, right? Because we're not in those streets, right? Can't tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So don't even look at me. I'm not out on any streets, but yeah, out here in those streets. Wait. Are you Miss P? Are you in those streets?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Had to double check. Sometimes you don't know people. Guess what, people? I'm not either. But anyways, yes. So it struck my emotions and it kept me engaged, wondering how it was gonna end. How about you, Miss P?
It had my attention, but it was just once again a distort. It's like you're sitting back and you're cringing and uh, you really you want to root for her so badly, and you start to root for her. And you want her to win, and you want her to walk out there. You want all this stuff to happen, and then you see the cake fell on the floor. So you're like, "What?" That's how I feel. I feel like somebody to better put it like this is how I felt. It was like, "Oh my gosh, this could be my birthday." I see the birthday cake coming, and when they get there, they trip over something and the birthday cake falls on the floor. And that's how I felt about the ending of the movie. I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. about the cake and everything. You know what? Let's give her a brief synopsis for those people who haven't seen Straw yet. Straw is about a female protagonist that goes by the name of Janiyah Wilkinson. Janiyah is a single mother and she is a cashier at a grocery store. But she's having a hard time keeping up with her daughter's needs because her daughter is sickly. Her daughter has seizures, her daughter falls, and so her daughter needs attention. And this, of course, requires money and time that Janiyah just doesn't have because she is a cashier who works with an oppressive boss, let's just say. And she goes to work, she gets her baby ready, she drops her baby off at school. And the school, she gets a call from the school. She's like, no, she failed. She has seizures. Her boss doesn't want to let her. And not to mention, her landlord wants the money for the rent. But Janiyah gets paid. And to make a long story short, after Janiyah is trying to get to her baby at school to explain everything,
It's the production element. It was a Tyler Perry production, so of course, it was good for me. Like, it was good for me. But he really, I mean, how much money was spent? Do we know that? I could see it. I could see it. But it really, I don't know. I just think it could have, I feel like this production could have been cleaned up just a little bit, because I know this is getting into acting, but I feel like he could have let Tiana Taylor shine a little bit more. Like, I felt like she did a really good job, right? It was really, really good. But I feel like he could have polished her character a little bit more, made her character more of a, like she played what she was given, what she was written. She played it well. I just wish he would have let her shine. The production, you only had like 3 places or 4 places that they went to.
yeah.
So it wasn't wasn't that bad. They only went to 3 places: the bank, the grocery store, her house, and the hospital.
Yeah, definitely. He's got his own lot, right? He's got lot production. So, he's got acres upon acres upon acres. So, when it comes to production and the number of locations and everything, and most of it is in a bank. So, that's going to be easy for Tyler. It's going to be very easy to do. Most he's gonna have, and he have his in-house makeup artist, hair, everything. So at most, that money's gonna be pretty in for the actresses. That's what it's going to be for. Um, let's just go ahead. Let's put number 4 and 3 together because I think the acting and the directing go hand in hand.
They do.
So, like, as far as Teyana is concerned, she's really hot right now, and she's in her prime. I really did expect her to have more screen time. I was very surprised that she didn't have as much screen time as I thought she would have. I don't know if perhaps maybe he's just testing her out, maybe because he's been rolling with Taraji for a long time. Taraji, maybe he's testing out waters with Teyana, maybe. But you never have seen her in a role as serious as this.
No, you have, because she played where she played the little boy's mom.
Which movie?
Hold on.
Let's get her up here and look at her IMDb so we can talk about. Are you talking about 1001?
Mhm.
I think you're talking about 1001. She's starting to get more serious roles, I think. I gotta see this movie with her, one battle after another. She has a really pregnant belly and she's like shooting. What? I gotta see this movie. I haven't seen this movie.
What is this? She's shooting?
Yeah, she actually birthed in a second now with one battle after another. Comedy adventure. I gotta watch this movie. Oh, it hasn't been released, not yet. Okay, It's gonna be released in September, so it's a few months until we get to see it. So,
But 1001 is really good, and that was a serious role.
she's starting to get more serious roles. Maybe he's feeling her out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know Tyler's process. As far as the acting is concerned, Taraji did a really good job, and she really did a great job portraying Janiyah, and so much so that she even helped Teyana bring out Detective K. Raymond, too. But that's the kind of thing you expect to see because Taraji is technically at this point she's an OG in the game. You know, she's hey Teyana, what you doing? How you doing, girl? What's up? Hey Taraji. So,
Eric Shepherd, I feel like that. I feel like she had a character arc. She had a character arc.
yeah.
Um, because she's kind of uppity. Like, you know how you see black people and they're like, oh, that black person's so uppity and they're not down to earth and they think they're white and X, Y, and Z. I was like, no, she was doing her job. She wasn't acting like anything but herself, you know?
Yeah.
So I think she did a really good job, but she also had a big character arc. Because she started off like, I'm so scared. Oh my God, she has a bomb. No, she doesn't. That was a school project.
She was one of the only characters that when Janiyah was in clear visible dress actually let her into the bank, right? And she lets her in, but despite this fact, Nicole is, it's like Miss P said, oh, she has a gun, oh, she's this, because she's probably thinking, because, there are different, again, like we said, there's different types of black people.
She saw it. She saw it. She finally saw it as, okay, this is just a regular woman going through it because I'm a mother, she's a mother, you know, and she saw it. That's where, and then when she said, listen, I'm going to stay and walk out of here with you. She let the other two go and she said, I'm going to stay with you.
That's right. That's right.
And so that's the character arc. She started out real uppity and then she just flipped the script. She was like, yeah, I'll take custody of your daughter. I'll do this, you know?
If I were in her situation, lived her life, I would be doing the exact same thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss M. But it just hit me when you were saying that. Safe space. She had nobody to support her. She didn't have any, well, she had her mom, but I guess her mom was not supportive. She didn't have any friends that she could really turn to. She was literally out here by herself roughing it. When you think about a safe space, right? Your friends are always there. Like my friends are my family, basically. It's kind of like when you're going through something, you can turn to this person, this person, this person, this person, or you could be like, hey, I have nothing to eat. Can you send me something to eat? You know what I'm saying? Like safe space. And it's a supportive family slash community that you build. And she didn't have that. She didn't create her village. She didn't create a village. She basically did it by herself and she had nobody to turn to at the end. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you never talk to somebody and you sit and you think about stuff and you sit and you think about stuff, it makes you crazy. You have nobody to talk to. You have nobody to mull over things with. So you're left by yourself to deal with all the craziness that's around you. You're left to deal with all the losing somebody or gaining somebody. I mean, like you're by yourself in the whole thing instead of having a support system. But that's what, when you were talking, that's what it made me think of. Sorry.
Thank you, Miss P. I got you though. It's right. And it just the world crashed down on her. The sky is falling, Janiyah. Because we were talking about this. We did a live on TikTok. And we were going at it because we were talking about Janiyah and So from my perspective, I feel like the character arc for her was not as strong as it could have been. Okay. And so I just feel some type of way about it because she's the protagonist. I always like the protagonist to have full character arcs, even if the arc isn't like, say, the best resolution. Like in Network in 1976, where the protagonist, the resolution is XYZ 1, 2, 3 him, but there's still a full story arc here. So, truth be told, if Tyler went the more cliche route with her being shot up, it would have been an unsatisfying but complete character arc, I think. What do you think,
It would
Missy?
have given people a resolve. And I don't necessarily, I like dissonance sometimes, and that was dissonance. It ended on dissonance. It didn't end on the major note. It ended on like a minor chord, like eh. It
Yeah.
didn't end how everybody thought it was going to end, which made me happy because you got to see stuff for itself.
Nicole. Nicole risked everything coming out of there with her because she knew her power as a hostage and she capitalized upon it. Tyler, if you ever watch this, I want you to take a risk. Not like a crazy risk, like we're gambling here, but take Teyana, do me a favor, and put her up front and center in a comedy, pure psychological thriller, black female heroine, okay? Put her up front and center. Please do it for us, Tyler. Please. Liked. I feel like because there really wasn't an ending, could possibly be a part two. Would you watch a part two?
Oh my gosh, no. Like if you say like part one, I can't. Like that just it's like you get so hyped for something and then you watch and it's like, oh my gosh, my birthday cake fell on the floor. See? That's how I feel. It's like, oh my gosh, I see this beautiful thing and now my birthday cake has fallen to the floor. I think Sinbad did a really good job after coming back from having a stroke.
Yeah, Sinbad did. Hey, Sinbad.
He made me happy because he was the only one. And see, even though that's not her family, he still stood up for her. And that's what I need to see more black males do is stand up for the black women instead of it being reversed. I need to see black men standing up for black women instead of black women always having to stand up for black men.
Yeah.
And that was kind of refreshing for me because I was like, look, because that one black guy, her boss was horrible. Horrible. Just why?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Richard, played by Herman. Hey, Glenn, the her boss at the store. You're the same walk of life, and they don't get you. They're acting like they don't get you. They don't respect you. And we know those type of people. And as far as psychologically about that, I can't really talk about it, but I think a lot of the times, because a lot of black men do come from single households, they are used to the black female mother holding it down. She cooks, she cleans, she's the breadwinner. She's used to wearing all of these hats, and she's used to heavy lifting without little to no rest. And psychologically, the black male, when he grows up, he's thinking of black woman. No, you got this black woman. My mom, she scratched and she sacrificed and she was the breadwinner. They are alone.
Yes. So, I would say let's just add two and one together because my thing is this. My final thought, the cinematography was great. They only had 4 locations. The bank was the bank, her room was her room, her house. Uh the hospital was the hospital and the grocery store. I've never seen a grocery store like that in all my life. Maybe because I'm from the South and it's big box grocery stores here. So I've never seen anything like that. But that dude threw a bottle at her. I was like, unsafe work environment. I can't do it. I was like, I'm never in my life. So that kind of took me aback right there because I'm from the South and we don't no. No, no, no. That's just a no-go for me. I was very appalled. Like, it kind of jarred me because you know how you're not used to something and then you see something and you're just like, oh my gosh, why? Why? Why did he do that? Like, what was the purpose? Well, they let me do it before. I'm not, I'm not whoever let you do that before. Like, she was a rule follower, if you can tell from that. She was a rule follower.
Yeah, I agree. She's a lamb. Janiyah is a lamb. A lamb with a piece.
A piece of
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm like, thank God, because I have a feeling that God put you right where you need to be or where you were raised. He put you there for a specific purpose, right? So this is me. I've been in the South, been in the North, I've been in the Midwest. I prefer the South. I just, up north is too quick. People are rude. I'm not used to people being rude. I'm used to people, taking it slow, talking slow, taking it easy, not all up in your face. What you looking at? Why are you looking at me? You better chill out.
Like, yeah, we come from two different places, so we get different responses. You know me, I come from up north. He's like, we see.
And I'm glad that I'm from the South because we don't do all that.
I actually like the South. I like the South because you don't do all that. I feel like it takes so much energy. Nobody's gonna give you space. Nobody's gonna give you time. You're always walking through your bodies, so it's just really tiring. It's just so I do prefer the South. But anyways, it's just a story. Is all it is. The character arcs, but if you heard me on TikTok again, I will say it's different. It's very different because when I think about the character arc for Janiyah Wilkinson, it's apparent to me that because of the outline of the story, we could only do but so much anyways. Anyways though, with that said, do we have anything else we want to talk about concerning this movie?
Uh, I'm keeping mine at a habanero. I'm not changing my view. This movie dealt with grief. The movie before dealt with grief. It was just too much for me. It was like back to back grief moments, just in different ways.
Pretty much. If you're into that type of grief, if you're into it, you're gonna. Because some people do. Some people feed off of that back to back to back to back stuff out there. You're gonna like it. This is a tragedy, okay? And we're not gonna get into the psychological part because you're just gonna have to watch it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on YouTube. Hit us up. Follow us on Spotify. But hey, everybody, I'm Miss M, and I'm about this piece.
And I'm Miss P. Bye.
See y'all later.